Hi, everybody. Welcome to Man 1021 Principles of Management. Every week, I usually go over the assignments to um, get you familiar with them and point out any pitfalls that you may face while doing or performing the assignment that other students have fallen into in the past. Okay, so for this week, for week one, you need to start working on your term paper. You have a term paper due this term, and the paper is due the Wednesday of week four, which is February 7th by 11:59. So what this paper entails is that you must have a 5-page term paper on one of the CEOs listed below here, and there's a list of them here: Meg Whitman, Eric Schmidt, Antonio Reed, Brenda Barnes, John T. Chambers, and the list is there, so you can go through that. These CEOs have plenty of information on them to complete your paper. If you would like to do another CEO, it must be approved by me, and it must be approved by, I would say, by Friday of this week. I take that back, Thursday. I'm off Friday and Saturday, so I still check my emails on Fridays and Saturdays, but just to alleviate any problems, make sure that you have it into me by Thursday. If you want to do another CEO, um, you're going to have to go out and make sure that there's enough information to answer all the or to address all the sections that you must address as per the assignment. For instance, please include information about this person's personal and professional background. So I want to know, both the personal and the professional background, how they got to where they are, what is their management style as per the reading that you have for this week? What kind of management style do they possess? Um, and some of the skills, and then research why this person is or is not an effective leader based on your reading. And then also address the social responsibilities, their ethical practices, and uh, for any supported regulations that they have. Um, you must utilize at least 3 articles, be able to cite them and reference them in an appropriate APA format style. If you have issues with APA, um, there are some videos in the course about APA in the program resources section. I think there's an APA tab, and then I think I also put some. Let me go back because I did all this before the holiday break, so I'm not remembering too well. I think also under getting started, I placed some videos in there about. Hold on. About APA. I did. The 7th edition of APA, APA 7th edition video, some of those. So look those over. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will also be placing some training videos in the announcement section as we go through the week and the weeks that are coming up. So let me go back to week one. All right, so with that paper, you're only going to be able to submit it one time. So make sure that you have it the way you want it. It will go through a plagiarism checker to make sure that you're not plagiarizing another student's work, that you're not taking it directly from the text of the articles or your textbook. Everything must be paraphrased in your own words, or if you're using a quote, it must be in quotes. It must be properly cited and referenced. And again, if you're having problems with APA, you can do that. Go back and look at those resources. And then if you're still having issues, let me know and I will try to help you as much as I can. The OWL, the online writing lab, is another good resource that can help you with things like APA, sentence structure. They won't write the paper for you, but they will help you. I will place a video in the announcement section after I finish this about how to find and appropriately uh, submit your paper to the OWL. It's not required that you submit the paper to the OWL, but I do highly suggest that you do. Okay, so with that, let me see if I missed anything. So just make sure you're following the instructions on that. All right, so your next assignment for the week are your weekly discussions. So each week we will have discussions. For those of you who are new, this is something you need to pay attention to. For those of you who have been in classes before, you're familiar with the discussions. Uh, so you're going to read the article here and answer the three questions. So when you're ready to do that, um, you can click on up here in the left hand corner. You can click on this. It will take you to the discussion page, or you can go straight to the discussion page by clicking up here on discussion board. However, the reading for the discussion on Tom's a shoe for a shoe and a smile is not on the discussion board. It's just the question. So you want to come here first, read this, and then answer the questions. And I want to see you actually go back to your reading to justify your answer. I want you to think outside the box, but I also want you to reference your reading for the week to show me that you've read the material, that you understand the material. And then you'll answer the three questions here on social responsibility at Tom's Shoes. For the discussions, you must post at least 3 separate posts on 3 separate days. So what does that mean? You're going to answer these questions at least by Friday so that you can get the 3 days in. And then you're going to respond to 2 other students on separate days so that you can get your 2 responses to your students in and your responses on different days. Now, if I may ask you a question, if you're off track, I'll try to get you back on track. And if you answer that, that does not go towards your 3 separate posts on 3 separate days. I'm just trying to get you back on track. I want you to respond to each other. The whole purpose of this is if we were in a physical classroom, we would be discussing the topic. And if I had any questions, I would ask them of you. You would answer, and then we may go into a discussion about it with the class. That's what this is meant to do. So let's see. And then down below is the grading criteria for this assignment. Thoroughly answering the questions, 40 points. Quality of responses to 2 classmates, 20 points. References to text and or other sources. So when at minimum, you should be at least referencing the textbook, or if you've gone outside that, you should also be referencing and citing the external source. But at minimum, you should be citing and referencing your textbook because that's where you're going to gain some of your information to apply it to this situation. For this, I don't need it in a formal APA format. By that, I mean I don't need a separate title page, I don't need a separate reference page, and I do not need an abstract. What I do need is that you cite, as you write your discussion, that you cite anything you utilize from the text and that you have a corresponding reference just below the discussion. So that's all I need for that. But real quick, just to go back to the other assignment, I didn't go over this. For APA, which you should be writing this as a formal paper for your term paper, I will need it done in APA. I will need it double spaced. I will need it in a Word document. I will need it with a separate title page. There is no abstract needed, so don't worry about that. And a separate reference page. So make sure that you have the appropriate font as per APA. Again, if you have any questions, let me know and I can help you out. Okay. All right, so that's the um, discussion post. Then after that, you have a week 1 case study. The case study is located in your book on pages 27 and 28. It's titled The Amazon Effect is Hiking Pay and Fueling Land Rush in US. Um, so then you're going to answer the questions below right here on a Word document. And again, the case study, a case assignment should be in a formal APA format. Separate title page, no abstract needed, um, citations within the body of your paper, and a separate reference page. So make sure that it's in that order. Uh, you're going to type all your answers in a Word document, set up in an APA format, and submit it via the assignment link above, which would be right up here. For those of you who are unsure on how to, for those of you who are new and unsure on how to submit this, you would click on this. It's going to take you here. It shows the rubric that I will use to grade that. So if you want to view how you're going to be graded, you click on that. It will bring up the rubric and show you what you're going to be graded on. Okay. So now you're ready to submit it. You should have written it up in a Word document, saved it to your computer, or saved it to the cloud. If you've saved it to your computer, click on Browse Local Files, find your document. So if I were to do it from mine, documents, let's see if I can find something. That's a Word document. Hold on just one second. So my biography, it's a Word document. So I double click on that, and you can see here, instructor biography is attached. If you attach the wrong document, you can hit do not attach and redo it again. But if this is the right document, you're also going to hit I agree to submit my papers to Global Reference Database, which means it's going to be scanned for plagiarism. So you have to click on that, and then you would come down to the bottom corner and hit submit. And that's all there is to it. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to grade my biography. Okay. And then you'll see, again, if you don't look at the rubric, you have the grading criteria under the case assignment rubric. It doesn't look like there's a word requirement for this. However, I want the questions to be thoroughly answered, so make sure that you're answering the questions with whatever content needs to be added, not based on the number of words. All right, so that's it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. As I've said in my introductions, communication is key to success in this class and all your future courses. So email is usually the best way to get a hold of me because I check it quite frequently, but I will also take a phone call if I'm able. My cell phone number is listed in the Meet Your Instructor section as well as the syllabus, and my work phone is also listed there. So if it's during work hours, your best bet is to call the campus and ask to speak with Professor Nixon or extension 641. Anytime after work, then call me on my cell. If I'm able to take it, I will. If not, leave a message and I will call you back or send you a quick email. But like I said, email is usually the best because I can check that on the go as well. You guys have a great day. Have a great week. And again, if you need anything, let me know.